What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank be chopping, and I'm back with another video. So today's video, we actually gonna be doing another reaction video. And the reason why I'm doing so many reaction videos, guys, I got all these people doing the detachable blade only challenge, and I just want y'all to see. I don't know if y'all just subscribe to their channel or not. So I just want y'all to see some of these haircuts. And I haven't seen most of these haircuts yet. So I want to, I want y'all to see my reaction to what's going on. So nonetheless, guys, we're gonna be doing another reaction video. This video is actually from the barber Phil, so y'all make sure to subscribe to his channel. Make sure you go like his videos, drop some comments, y'all know all that good stuff, guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, guys, so this is the video. We can go ahead and jump straight into this. Let's go ahead and drop a like one time. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? The barber Phil here, back again with another haircut tutorial. And today's video is going to be a little less of a tutorial and a little bit more of a challenge video. I believe the originator of this challenge is Tank be chopping.
Let's go.
Also talked to Jay Blends a little bit, and
shout out to Jay Blends.
Go ahead and take up this challenge. This is the detachable blades only challenge, so make sure you stick around from beginning to end. See how we got from point A to point B.
Let's get it. Okay, we got a nice little intro going. I see he rocking a lot of that Tune 45 stuff. Man, I got a nice beat for the intro. I'm feeling that.
Alright, guys, so basically the guidelines for the detachable blade only is pretty much that. You can only use detachable blades for the entirety of the fade. Now you can use shears on top. If there's a beard, you can use a razor to do the lineup. And then of course, when you're doing your detail work with the perimeter, lining her up around everything, you can use your liners for that. But other than that, the entirety of the fade is to be done with detachable blades only, so that's what we're going to do.
He's dropping facts.
I'm using my old Andy Supra ZR. These are not in my current lineup, and I'll explain why later on. You'll notice that I do switch to a different detachable clipper. But we're going to start things off with a 2-blade. We're going to come up and off just like we normally do with our typical fading. And I did notice, and there's a little bit of a challenge right here in
now I'm going to stop right there. First thing is first, it looks like it's going to be a difficult haircut. And the reason why I say that is he's got, longer hair on top. So most of the people who did this challenge did an easier haircut. They did like they did another blade on top, like a 3 or a 2 or a 1 or whatever, and then they faded it down to skin. But he looks like he's gonna be doing a comb over, so that's already a more difficult haircut. But hey, let's see how it turns out.
The middle part of this area that I'm coming through, there's a line that I'll just continue to work at and continue to work at. And with the detachable blades, I never really felt like I got that line buffed out. But we're trying to come through here. I'm just trying to use the corners of my blade here.
He's doing a lot of floating and flicking.
Dark spot that's going through there. We're going to fade down pretty much the whole time.
Doing some clipper over comb.
Clipper over comb here just to lighten that weight up. We're using a 3/0 blade to do that clipper over comb.
That's the 3 zeros, guys.
It's a little risky. You could honestly do an OA or a 1 blade.
Yeah, I would do an OA.
That 0 blade is what I decided to go with. Now what we're doing here, we're just going to continue to work our way down. This is a 1.5 blade, kind of coming up, and I'm going to go all the way to about halfway to 3/4 of the way through that initial 2-blade section.
Alright, guys, so just like the rest of what everybody did, it looks like he's doing some down fading technique. And like I said in my last video, guys, that is honestly probably the best way to attack these haircuts with detachable blades, is just do some down fading. I'm not saying it's the only way, but I just think, in my opinion, sometimes that's the easiest way and the most efficient way to get a nice blend.
So a lot of these things are going to sound repetitive to our typical way of fading down. I did realize once going back to blades after using your typical guard system and fading down that it did help when it comes to using the blades. I definitely feel a little bit more comfortable now rather than when I used to. I would set my lines in and then take the lines out. Fading down definitely felt more comfortable with these blades. So we went from the 1A, or from the 1.5. This is a 1A. Same thing, guys. We're starting at the base, kind of debulking.
It already looks like he's getting a good little, good little gradients going.
3/4 of the way through the previous section. Now we're down to a 1 blade. We're doing the same thing. We can go down to an OA here in a minute at the perimeter, and then all the way down to a 3/0 to really finish out that taper. So here's the OA. Like I mentioned, we're folding the ear down, making sure that we get the very base of this fade down to a desired length, so that when we come in with the FXs, we can put a nice sharp line on there.
Yeah, you want to make sure. You want to make sure you're holding the ear down when you go behind the ear. It's happened to me before. I've actually nicked somebody behind the ear. It's just, these blades are a lot more stronger, and just, I guess the way the blade moves and the way I feel like it's more exposed than different blades. Sometimes when you go behind the ear and you don't pull that ear down, it's a lot easier to catch, the back here, and just, you might nick them or whatever. So you want to make sure you're holding that ear down.
Now in that last clip, and then in this clip here, I am using the 3.5 and the 3 3/4 blades, and if you guys pay close attention to the clipper, you'll notice that there's no hair building up on the clipper, and that is because for some reason these supers are not wanting to feed the hair through the blade correctly once I get above a 2 blade.
So he was having a little bit of trouble with his blades.
To the 2 blade, and we're just going to come up.
So he was trying to use his bigger blades to fade down, but for some reason it wasn't working.
In a storage room of ours at the shop for a while now. I haven't used detachable blades for quite a long time. So I don't know if them just...
See, that's another thing, guys. A lot of people do not use detachable blades anymore. And I'm not saying you have to use them. If you don't, that's cool. But the thing about them is that, they do cut differently. I feel like most of the blades cut slightly shorter, and just the fade that it gives, I feel it gives a different fade. So that's why I like using them every now and then. But you don't need to use them if you don't, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have them, don't go out and buy them just because you want to do the challenge, because they are expensive. But if you don't have them, you don't need to use them. But if you got them, I would consider putting them in use, just because I feel like they're really, it's a powerful tool to have.
Sitting around has been the cause. I did oil them up, I greased them up, I charged them all the way up. But for some reason, once you get above that 2 blade, they just did not want to feed correctly. But we're going to do the 2 blade up and off. So this is going to end up being more of like almost a shadow fade, if you will, with a little bit of weight. We didn't do a hard part, but it is parted. And then of course we'll get to the top in just a little bit.
So he's doing a lot of that floating with that number 2 guard, or 2 blade.
Start fading our way down.
And like I said, guys, turn it down, it's loud. And the reason why he did that was, his 3.5 and his 3 3/4 wasn't working, so he just needed to do a lot of floating with that number 2.
1.5, and we're flicking that up into that 2 blade.
So same thing he did on the opposite side. He's fading down.
Work our way down. We'll go to the 1A, and then you'll go to your 1.
And then he's just gonna fade down.
And then your 3/0 at the very bottom. If you have all the blades, it's possible to do a pretty decent fade. Obviously, there are guys out there that they only use blades and their fades come out blurry. And if you perfect your craft and whatever tool that you're using, you can cut with any type of clipper that you possibly can. But I don't believe that anybody should be any more proud of their haircuts if they only use blades, and I don't believe that people who don't use blades should shame those who do.
Bars.
So I'm kind of in the middle there. I do find that there is purposes sometimes for detachable blades.
Yeah, he's dropping bars right now.
Kids cuts where you can take a 2 guard up and off, taper into it, and be done.
Phasing easy.
You don't have to worry about switching through different types of guards. Just simply do that 1 guard all around, taper into it, and be done with it. So there's definitely benefits to them, and benefits to clippers with a lever that you can adjust. So like I said.
So basically, what he's saying is, you shouldn't feel like you're the ish just because you only use detachable blades, and you shouldn't down talk people who don't use them, basically. And I feel them, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are a harder tool to use, but you can do a good fade. You can't do a blurry fade with them. You have to have all the blades, and once you learn how to use them. But if you don't need to use them, you go ahead and use your detachables. Use your adjustable clippers. And he's also saying that there is certain instances where you can use the detachable clippers, and it'll give for an easier cut.
So we're just going to continue to work our way down through here. You guys almost touch as little hair as possible. but I knew that it was necessary to really get that last little
Alright, so he tapered them up in the back.
Out. I'll come in here one last time though with the OA, work my way up through here just a tad bit more. We don't want to work all the way back up, but we do want to make sure that
it's looking good so far.
You know, obvious, noticeable lines there.
Clipper over comb.
One more time, do a little bit of clipper over comb up in that weight.
He is using a different clipper now.
Since we weren't
I guess his other one wasn't working right.
The 3 3/4 and the 3 1/2 blade to work for us very well. Now I do use it right here because I switched over to the octane clipper. There's a massive difference in my opinion between the way the Supra ZR1, because I know that there is a Supra ZR2 now, I've never used it, but the Supra ZR1 and then the Oster Octane, they feed totally different. The Octane is very slow in its movement, I guess if you will, but it feeds really well. The Supra has 5 different speed settings, which I don't really know why you ever would go all the way down to the lowest setting.
I don't know why either.
But if you have it on that highest setting, it definitely seems like it's moving a lot faster than the Octanes do. But
okay, yeah. So for whatever reason, the Andis detachables, they do have like speeds on them. I don't know, like he said, I don't know why either. They just have them. However, I don't turn mine all the way up sometimes. I like to drop them down to like the number 3 or number 4, and it's not because I feel like they cut better. It's just sometimes they're really loud, and I don't like them to be that loud in the shop, you know what I'm saying? So I just turn them down a notch. And that's really my only reason why I decided to do that. But he is using the Oster Octanes. He's saying it's working better for him. So let's see what he does on this side.
Both of them, at the end of the day, will do the job and do it just fine. So that's the only thing that I noticed about the Octanes is I did find that I needed to kind of be a little more cautious. I didn't want to kind of bust through a certain section there and really be moving that clipper too fast because I didn't want to take the chance on my hands moving faster than what the blade
yeah. Then you're going to start pulling hair, and that is not comfortable at all. Alright, so let's fast forward this.
So that section right up there, around the vertical bar right above where I'm at right now, you guys will notice me continuously coming back to that. I just could not get that lightened up. I tried several different blades. I tried the corners of a blade.
So
I tried to take
that's why this is a challenge.
One of the longer blades, and I just could not get that down to a lighter shade than what it was. It may not have been possible to do. Even with a regular clipper.
Yeah,
but
it may not be these clippers.
One thing that I did notice and kind of got a tad bit frustrated is I couldn't go in with a certain guard and adjust it, open and close, and try to figure out if I could ever take it out. I had to continuously turn around, grab a different blade, and if that blade didn't work, I'd have to grab a different blade. That's the biggest thing is, you know, with a guard, you've got so much variation within one guard versus a blade. You only have one set. We only have one set length. It's that or nothing. So you can use the corners.
Sometimes you got to guard switch a lot, use corners and everything.
Lengths from that part of it, but for the most part, it's one blade, one length. It's one guard, multiple lengths. So that's the upside to using guards and clippers with a lever compared to using blades.
But you gotta get the job done. It looks like he's doing it. Let's fast forward a little bit.
I found work for me. So, take a second, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Help me out. Let's get
subscribe to the man's channel right quick, man.
We're looking to hit.
Y'all stop hating. Give him a subscription. So now it looks like he's just doing some detail work.
And that is kind of that's one of the big downsides to the detachable blade system is the fact that you're constantly having to switch blades.
I feel you.
For instance, a one guard.
It looks pretty good though.
Like a cordless senior or a babless clipper, a one guard closed through a one guard open pretty much covers a one blade, a 1A, a 1.5, and maybe even a 2 blade.
Yeah.
So you're getting 4 blades.
Almost 4 blades in one guard with the lever. Yeah.
So I understand those that choose to just use detachable blades only. They do usually cut very clean.
Yep.
Especially if your clippers feed the hair really well. I will give you that they do feed pretty well. Probably better than most lever clippers. You're probably going to have to make more passes through an area with a clipper that has a lever versus a blade. But as far as the efficiency goes, sometimes when it comes to fades, I would lean more towards a clipper.
Now he's just tapering the side in a little bit.
Because like I mentioned, you can cut
that's a good cut.
blades with one guard. So it's totally a preference. Personal preference. My personal preference is right now the Stylecraft and the Gamma Ergo, which by the way, they have just dropped. I don't know if they've really released it yet. They've dropped it.
Alright, back to watching this. Sorry guys.
Videos of the Get It Brother.
Now
I'll be more than happy
finishing off the top
for you guys and let y'all know my honest opinion on it. This is the beginning, guys. As y'all can tell.
Alright, so this is how this man came into the shop looking.
Crazy down in the neck, so we were able to use that 5/0 blade and really get all that taken care of. Guys, I have not used detachable blades in a long time, so y'all be gentle with me in that comment section when you let me know what you thought about it.
You did what you had to do.
It turned out better than I had expected, honestly.
Oh yeah,
right,
that's
guys,
a good cut, man.
My final result of the detachable
so you even got down.
to
So you even took down a lot of that dark area that you said you were having trouble with. So it looks good, man. It's a good cut. That's a real good cut.
Tank be chopping, and like I mentioned,
Let's
Jason
go.
hit me up to see if I was doing this challenge myself. I took him up on it. Guys, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this tutorial.
That's a good cut, man. The Barber Phil, that's a good cut, man. You know, I'm already subscribed to your channel, so I don't gotta do that. But if you are watching this video, go subscribe to his channel one time, guys. Let's take a look at some of these comments. Now, he got a bunch of comments, 43 comments. Look, my boy Polo Blend says, bro, you're killing it, bro. Fire cut, definitely very challenging, but the cut was fire, bro. Keep bringing the heat to the channel. 5K is on the way. Yes, sir. Dope tips and breakdown. Yeah, you broke it down really well, man. You did great at that. Amazing video, and you killed the challenge. The haircut is flawless. It is a good haircut, man. Like I said, the little dark areas that you saw on one side, you look to touch that up a lot. Fades by Morales, that's my boy. That's a good haircut, yes, sir. Nice fade, man. Makes me want to pick up detachables for cutting hair now. Glad you took the challenge, bro. Great video. Hey, y'all showing love. Let's see what let's read this last comment. Nice cut, brother. I agree. The detachables, they give such a clean cut. Lever play isn't for everyone, as detachables aren't for everyone. That's facts. I do think there's something I'll always keep in the lineup. That's facts, man. That's facts. But that's basically it for this video, guys. Like I said, the Barber Phil, I feel like you passed this challenge. You smashed it. You did a good haircut. You did a comb over, faded down the sides, tapered them up. You did a good haircut, man. It's a great haircut. So yes, you passed this challenge. Anyone else who's willing to take this challenge, y'all go ahead and take it. Remember, guys, the rules is all you gotta do is use only detachable blades, only on the fade. You can't use the trimmer to line up. You can't use a shaver or a razor to do the edge up. You just can't use the actual adjustable clippers on the fade. However, guys, that's it for this video. If you like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. We got some new videos dropping soon, guys, so y'all make sure to stay tuned. But that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Stay up, stay blessed. Let's keep grinding, let's keep growing. Let's go.